My girlfriend is pregnant, so let's get a divorce. Get out of my sight, you infertile 40-year-old, my husband said while holding his girlfriend close. But his girlfriend stared at the ground, trembling. Her reaction was understandable, given the situation. My name is Emery. I'm a 40-year-old businesswoman. I was always good at school, and after graduating from a top university, I started working for a foreign company. I worked abroad for many years and was promoted to department head when I returned to the States. I was doing well at my job and had a happy personal life with my husband Noah. We met in university and started dating when we were 21. We were in the same classes and spent a lot of time together studying and getting to know each other. Our friendship turned into a romantic relationship when he confessed his feelings for me. We started dating after we graduated and began working full-time. 3 years later, my bosses told me I'd be sent to Japan for a 5-year assignment. That's when Noah proposed. I was worried about the long distance, but he said he'd quit his job and come with me. I was thrilled he was so serious about our marriage, so I said yes. We got married and moved to Japan together. I was very busy with my job, and Noah started working part-time at a local restaurant. They gave us some side dishes again today. Fried shrimp. Nice. Looks delicious, I said. Since Noah worked at a restaurant, I didn't have to cook dinner. We managed well with the food he brought home. On weekends, we traveled around Japan, making our time abroad really fun. 5 years flew by, and we returned to the U.S. I started working at the central office of my company and became very busy. With his experience from working in Japan, Noah was great at cooking, so he got a job at a restaurant back home too. Our work and married life were going well, but we had one problem. We couldn't have kids. We were in our 30s, and I started wanting a baby. No matter how much we tried, I couldn't get pregnant. We went through fertility treatments, but nothing worked. 5 years of treatments didn't help at all. It was tough on both of us. Why couldn't we have a baby? I wondered. I felt like I had no value as a woman. After spending a lot of money and putting my body through so much, we finally gave up. We decided it would just be the two of us. Since we hadn't seen much of the U.S. after our quick move abroad post-graduation, we started traveling across America. We enjoyed local foods and visited tourist spots. It was really fun. I imagined a happy future with my husband. Work was going well too. I got promoted to department head and led a large team. One of the new hires looked familiar. "Oh, Lily, is that you?" "Ha, Auntie." Among our new employees was my niece. My sister lived on a farm in the countryside, and I hadn't seen her in about 10 years. The last time I saw Lily, she was in 6th grade, but her name and appearance made me think it was her. "Ah, it's been so long. How's my sister doing? Does she nag you a lot? It's really been a while." My mom is really strict. That's why after graduating university, I came here and started living on my own. "Really? I'm glad you remember me. I had a feeling it was you, but I'm surprised you work here. It's also a surprise for me to meet you like this. Are you a clerk or something?" "Huh? Ah, not really." "Oh, really? I thought you must be a part-time clerk. Most people working here are young and energetic." "Huh." I felt like she was trying to insult me, suggesting that someone my age didn't belong here. When we last met 10 years ago, I thought she was a nice, honest child, but now she seemed quite rude. Should I teach her some manners? It was time for our daily morning meeting, and the new employees introduced themselves. My niece spoke with a somewhat pretentious tone. "There are so many young, cool, and reliable seniors I can turn to here. I will do my best once I learn the ropes." She put on a cute face, making the male employees visibly impressed. Hearing her emphasize how young everyone was made me even angrier. But I kept my cool. Afterwards, I stood up and introduced myself to everyone. "I'm the department head, Emery. We really value the fresh perspective new employees bring to the company. We'll make sure to guide you, so please do your best and don't worry too much about making mistakes." Everyone clapped when I finished. My niece looked at me with wide eyes and a guilty expression. During lunch break that day, Lily came up to me. "Ah, Auntie, no, department head." "What is it?" "Well, I'm sorry." "Sorry for what?" I asked a bit sharply. For thinking you were just a part-time clerk and saying that most of the people here are young." "You realize that was rude, right?" "I'll let it go this time, but if you act like that with others, like with customers, it could cause trouble." Understood. I'm really sorry." Lily seemed to understand her mistake, so I decided to forgive her. "Ah, really? The company Lily started working at is your job?" Have you forgotten the name of my company? You focus so much on vegetables that you've forgotten everything else. Well, you're not entirely wrong. I'm glad she's with you. Please keep an eye on her for me. Sure, I'll do that. After speaking with my sister on the phone, I did my best to teach my niece about the company, making sure to treat her the same as the other new employees. You made a mistake in this document. Be careful. Got it. I might have seemed strict, but Lily wasn't performing as well as I had hoped, so I did my best to guide her. She always responded with enthusiasm and listened carefully. However, I soon discovered what kind of person Lily really was. One rainy lunch break, instead of going out to eat, I bought a lunch set from a nearby deli. I planned to heat it up in the break room microwave and then eat at my desk. As I headed towards the break room, I heard some of the new female employees talking. Among them was Lily. I was just going to use the microwave, so I approached the door without thinking much of it. But then I heard something shocking. That old lady is so annoying. I'm sick of it. I couldn't believe my ears. Was she talking about me or someone else? Curious, I stopped and listened. Lily continued. She's my mom's younger sister, so I guess it's natural she's like this. She was talking about me after all. But if she's married, why does she still work full-time? I hate old ladies like her who cling to their jobs and keep working even at that age. I was stunned. Is that what my niece really thought of me? Her comments were so harsh. I had been trying hard to teach her politely, but she had such a low opinion of me. I might have been strict at times, but I never went too far. Why did she have to speak like that? While Lily acted like a good girl in front of me, hearing her speak like this behind my back made me feel conflicted. Once her training period was over, Lily had to work independently, but she made mistake after mistake. She worked carelessly and caused problems for many people. Naturally, this frustrated everyone at work, even the male staff. I couldn't understand how someone like her was hired. Despite graduating from a well-regarded university, her memory was terrible. I started to question whether her academic credentials were real. It took my colleagues and me a lot of time to fix her mistakes. Her presence made our workload heavier than usual. Around this time, my relationship with my husband was also facing difficulties. "Huh, working late again?" he asked. "Yeah, I'm sorry. Please go ahead and have dinner without me." "Fine. I already cooked for both of us, though." "Sorry, I'm looking forward to the leftovers when I get home." Noah wasn't happy about me working late. When I came home, he was often in a bad mood and sometimes already in bed. Since he worked in a restaurant, weekends were busy for him, and he frequently go out drinking with colleagues, not coming home until after midnight. Because of this, we spent less and less time together. I never thought we'd end up like this after getting along so well for so long. Meanwhile, my niece started causing more problems at work. She began taking regular time off, claiming she felt unwell. Despite her mistakes and the issues she caused, there were still tasks she could handle. But her frequent absences meant others had to cover for her, leading to more overtime for everyone. As the department head, I was unsure what to do. With worries piling up both at work and at home, I felt completely drained. One weekend, I was at home resting after dinner when my husband finally came in around 11 p.m. As he entered the living room, I noticed someone walking in behind him. "Welcome home." "Oh, we have a guest." I looked at the person with Noah. To my shock, it was someone I never expected. She looked triumphant, but her expression changed to one of shock when she saw me. My husband, oblivious to our reactions, began speaking. "This is my girlfriend." "Huh. She is." "Yeah, and I've decided to marry her." "Wait, what? Marry her?" "Don't be too shocked. She's pregnant with my child." "Excuse me?" "I'm going to take responsibility and marry her. She's only 18 years old after all." "What? 18? Don't get the wrong idea. She's already graduated from high school, so it's a legal relationship. Her getting pregnant shows me that I'm fine. It's your fault we couldn't have a baby," he said with a look of triumph. "My girlfriend is pregnant, so let's get a divorce." "Get out of my sight, you infertile 40-year-old," Noah said, wrapping his arm around his lover. But his lover, my niece Lily, stared at the ground, shaking with shock. Her reaction was understandable, given the situation. "What is the meaning of this, Lily?" I asked. Noah was surprised to hear me say his girlfriend's name. "Huh? You know Lily." Without thinking, I started laughing. "That's right. You never met her before we got married. Lily is my niece. She's my older sister's daughter. What? Noah looked between us, wide-eyed. You two are related. Lily kept her eyes on the ground. I don't know why she lied to you, but Lily is actually 22 years old and works at my company. Huh? Noah was clearly shocked by the revelations. Wait, you're not 18. It turned out that Noah and Lily met on a dating app. It was appalling that Noah, already married, would use such an app. Their relationship had been more of a sugar daddy arrangement. Don't call me a sugar daddy. I was just helping her out because she needed money. Regardless of what you call it, you admitted to having an affair and now want a divorce. You'll have to pay me alimony. Well, I guess I have no choice. It doesn't matter if Lily lied about her age. She's pregnant, so I need to take responsibility. Well, I acknowledge that you're trying to do the right thing, but it doesn't change the fact that you had an affair. Regarding me being infertile, I've had tests done and I'm perfectly fine. I should be able to get pregnant without any issues. They usually don't recommend fertility tests for men, and I didn't want to push you into anything, but have you ever thought about getting tested yourself? Huh? Lily lied to you about her age and other things. Don't you think you should get a paternity test? What? Are you saying Lily betrayed me? Noah seemed unsure whether to trust Lily or not. Lily, still shocked by the revelation that I was Noah's wife, couldn't say a word. I stood in front of her and spoke firmly. I will tell my sister about what happened and will report this to our company. I've overlooked the fact that you complained about me behind my back and called me an annoying old lady. I can't tolerate this anymore. You're terrible at your job and lied about your age on a dating app. You've gone too far. Even if you don't get fired, you'll be left with no support. Lily's face turned even more pale. If you understand, leave. This apartment is in my name. When we divorce, you won't have any right to stay here. Pale-faced, Noah packed his bags and left the apartment. I hired a lawyer, sent him divorce papers, and sought monetary compensation for damages from both him and Lily. Lily's affair became a big topic at work. Because she made so many mistakes and caused significant trouble, her salary was cut drastically, and she was transferred to a distant office. Unable to handle the situation, Lily quit. Despite her efforts to get the job, she barely lasted a few months. It was all for nothing. She got what she deserved. To leave the countryside, Lily studied hard and got into a good university, but once there, she became lazy. Knowing she was attractive, she used that to get other students to do her work. She rarely attended classes and mostly played around, yet still managed to graduate. Despite her good grades, she was ineffective in her job. I shared all this with my sister, who was furious and brought Lily back to the countryside. Now Lily helps on the farm every day and uses most of her earnings to pay me back, living on a small allowance. It turns out the father of Lily's child wasn't my ex-husband. Lily had other sugar daddies, but when she got pregnant, they all disappeared. Noah was the only one who believed the child was his and wanted to stay together. However, when he learned the child wasn't his, he left her. My sister plans to help Lily raise her child, which is part of why she brought her back to the countryside. I hope Lily's attitude improves a bit after becoming a mother. Noah continues to work at the restaurant, but his life is tough as he struggles with debt. He lives alone in poverty, worried about what he owes me. As for me, I'm focused on my career. I keep my employees in line and work hard every day. My worries have eased, and I hope to enjoy a fulfilling life moving forward. Thank you for watching.